Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode, what are we on? 4 of the In From Japan podcast. I'm Errol Moss, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Jason Corder.
Hi there, guys, gals, and everyone in between.
And just to get right into things, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been playing. So I've been playing a little more Bloodstained. I am on a harder boss now.
Yeah.
Which is more in line with the first two rather than the third and fourth. And I think I just need to do a little bit of grinding, get patterns down, get a few more potions, and then I'll be good.
Okay.
Hopefully I can finish this game pretty soon.
Are you liking the difficulty?
Yeah. I mean, because it's not like... I don't feel like I'm getting like super frustrated, like as I might be with like
Dark Souls.
Bloodborne or not. Dark Souls more like Cause I'm like, well, I know I can beat this boss but it's just gonna take a little while, and I don't have the item that lets you see their HP. I don't know if I can get that yet.
I mean, you could use a guide.
That's true, but then that doesn't. I can't see the HP going down.
So you're just guessing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm like, it's nice because when you're done, you're like, oh, all right, I guess I'm done with that. But then also I played the demo, or actually I haven't finished it yet because of how many cutscenes there are. But the Trails of Cold Steel 3 demo on PS4, as recommended by our buddy from GameSpot, Michael Haya.
And are you liking it so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the actual gameplay when it gets to it. You know, it's kind of typical, like it's Persona-like in the way that the weakness systems work, and then it also reminds me of it reminds me a lot of East 8, even though the gameplay is different. And then I realized it's the same developer and publisher.
Just about to say.
I was like, oh, I had no idea.
Well,
but yeah, it's just the cutscenes that are my only problem, and this is in the demo.
Yeah.
So.
It also reminds me of Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. The school setting more or less, and the real-time combat, or this is turn-based combat, so I don't know why I said that, but okay. The setting reminds me a lot about that game, so I'm interested to see how it plays. I actually just bought it during the Lunar Sale on Steam. It was on for $24. Since my PS4 died, I can't play it on that, so I'll see whenever I get time, and I'll report back with my findings.
All right. Yeah, I've been wanting to play that just because it's didn't Nomura make that game too, or
Type 0?
No, he did some designs.
He did designs, I think, character designs.
Yeah.
It was helmed by Hajime Tabata, who did Crisis Core and Final Fantasy 15.
Right. Man, I did love Crisis Core though.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people keep saying. So it's a much beloved entry in the Final Fantasy 7 compilation. So here's hoping that it'll make its way to Switch or another platform.
Or they probably have content in the remake, right?
I mean, sure, probably, because I guess they might say, you know what, it's gonna be a lot of work to redo every other story we have in this compilation. We might as well just incorporate it into the game. I feel like that's...
It was going to be multiple episodes anyway.
Yeah, and I also think they might have learned their lesson with the Final Fantasy 15 media project, with the movie, anime, and the games being so fragmented. So I'm hoping.
I watched that anime and that movie.
Yeah,
and I still didn't understand anything.
It's not that hard to understand.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that bad.
It's a lot more build up for the characters, but as in terms of the plot, it kind of feels inconsequential.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a shame. that you have to follow so many other types of mediums or media to follow the story.
The beat 'em up was kind of fun. I forgot what it was called.
I actually did not play that one, but everything else I did dive into, except for the there's kind of like a short book about what proceeds before the game. But I haven't really finished that one because I lost interest somewhere around page 3 or something.
I wanted to play the Arden DLC, but then when it came out, I just like barely heard anything about it, and the stuff I did, they were like, "It's all right," but it's nothing good.
It's a prequel to the main game, and if you saw I think it's an OVA about Arden himself.
Oh right.
What happened during his time, I think it'll pique your interest enough to want to play the game, because I definitely do want to play it. But I already have so many other things on docket that I can't really invest time again in a 100-hour RPG. I mean, I already beat it, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't even have Final Fantasy 15 right now, so I'd have to go pick it up again. And
yeah, I'd say keep an eye out for the Royal Edition. It's regularly on sale. Episode Arden is not included, so you'd have to get that separately. But the Royal Edition has...
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah, the Royal Edition has most, if not all, of the DLC. And then the episode Arden is about $5, I guess. And on sale it's even cheaper, so keep your eyes out.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess it's
Wait, we have to just talk about what I've been playing still.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
As always, I've been playing Final Fantasy 12. I've made my way to about 30 hours into the game. I'm still enjoying it. It's really fun. I think it's a very undervalued, underplayed entry in this series. I wish it got a lot more love. And you know how we talked about how it kind of looks or resembles Star Wars a lot? I'm not really getting that. I mean, there are some surface material that resembles Star Wars, but in the grand scheme of things, I'd say it's pretty much its own thing. And I've also been playing Tekken 7. I've finished the main story. I still have some character episodes to play through. And I'm hoping to delve into online matches pretty soon, so I'll let you know about that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Alright. So I guess now it's time for some news, and our first story is an update on a news story from I think last week.
Yeah.
So this one comes from Sal Romano over at Gamatsu, and there's Captain Tsubasa: Rise of New Champions, first gameplay videos and system details. So GameSpot, IGN, and
a whole bunch of other places.
I don't know what that. Yeah, the site, the list. Ju Actu, the French site, I'm guessing. I've never heard of it.
Wait, is it? Yeah, Ju Actu.
Yeah, it's in French for sure.
It means play.
So
I don't know what Actu is, but it's definitely play something.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Should I go through like all of it, or?
I mean, it's pretty meaty. Like link the article in the description, and you can see.
Yeah. So there's a spirit gauge, which is.
The article is like detailing the gameplay and what you can expect from the game itself when it releases. So there's like, as you were saying, a gauge, like a meter for special moves that you can pull off on the field. It's Well, think Super Mario Strikers, and you have an idea of what you can expect, and add in cel shaded anime aesthetic, and then you have Captain Tsubasa, more or less.
Wait, have you watched videos of this gameplay?
Yeah, I have seen some videos. I'm kind of worried about this game.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know if you've ever played a FIFA game or a Pro Evolution game.
I haven't played a FIFA game since not since the 2010 World Cup one.
Okay. Well, it's still relevant. So when you see those games, you see movement more or less that resembles real life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the animation is fluid and it makes sense in the game world. When I'm seeing the characters move in Captain Tsubasa, it kind of looks jerky, if that makes sense. It's not like they're moving fluidly or as if they were real people or real characters, more like. But the animation doesn't feel complete when they move. Uh, you'd have to see the video just to.
I'm watching it right now. I can kind of see what you mean, but for the most part, it looks okay to
It
me.
looks okay, but I'm kind of worried that they don't have the fundamentals down pat, and they're more focused on the flashy action. Which, okay, I get it. It's based on a manga with flashy visuals, but if you ignore the fundamentals, then it's gonna get old pretty fast.
Yeah, so I have a thing I read earlier this week when these stories came out from US Gamer by Kat Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
It's Captain Tsubasa's surprisingly rich video game heritage and its ties to Tecmo Bowl and Ninja Gaiden, and it kind of just goes through the history of like the different games that the series got.
Yeah.
But then it said she said it kind of felt it didn't feel all. Wait, I'm trying to find.
It didn't feel fully baked.
It didn't feel all that great, but she still wanted to keep playing because it was fun.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at. When you look at the gameplay and when they do the special moves, it looks incredibly fun. But when they're doing like the basic motion of running, passing, sliding, tackling, that kind of stuff, it doesn't really feel complete.
Yeah, the movement is clunky, the camera is too close to the pitch to make effective passes, and actual tactics are almost non-existent.
Yeah.
I grew to like it more as I got the hang of the timing and the general gameplay, but even as someone squarely within Tsubasa's target audience, a soccer nut who also happens to like anime, I found it a bit tedious.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried about this game. I was super excited when they announced it, but now I'm worried. I mean,
I think
yeah, go ahead.
I'm still gonna pick it up personally because of the fact it's getting a worldwide release, and that's not like a thing that happens with Captain Tsubasa games.
I get it. Like, anime games are kind of rare nowadays. Except
Not just that, but Inazuma 11 has gotten delayed so many times.
so you're trying to drum up interest for Inazuma 11, I guess. Which is fine. I mean, Inazuma 11 is. I like that show. I never played the video games, but
We have one.
just one.
We have the one in North America. The only Inazuma 11 game released was a digital-only 3DS exclusive port of the first Inazuma 11 game for the Nintendo DS.
Wow, that's wow.
And then all the other ones are like they have them they have most of the other ones in Europe, and
Which makes sense because Europe is more interested in soccer than the US is.
and there's one for the Wii that was only released in Japan that looks really good, and I'm just like, why?
Well, you guys don't really like soccer.
That's not my fault.
Well, moving on.
And I have to work at my day job during the Super Bowl, and we have TVs where I work, and oh boy,
I mean, Americans do like their baseball and their American football, so unless Captain Tsubasa ventures into that area, I don't think you're going to be getting those games.
A Captain Tsubasa Super Bowl commercial? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, there was Ice Shield 21. That was a manga featuring American football.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. That one's a lot more popular with like the anime fans that I know than I thought it would be.
I mean, sports anime is it's really really hype, man. It's like it's the best of shonen with the rising spirit of sports. I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah, I'd probably play an Ice Shield 21 game. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like American football, but. Anyways, next story. We gotta move on. Maybe we'll do a Captain Tsubasa like side thing once the game comes out.
Yeah, sure. A special episode.
Very.
Very special.
Okay, next story, and this is a real quick one. And that has to do with the next story. Steins Gate Hollywood TV drama series announced, developed by Skydance Television. So Mages has announced that drama series by Skydance Television is in the works.
Yeah.
Further information will be announced at a later date. That's it. That's the story.
A literal announcement, nothing more, nothing less. I'm kind of interested to see how they pull this off, because the story itself or the fundamentals behind the time travel were interesting enough. And
I just remember the bananas.
Yeah, and the microwave. And I'm wondering how they transplant that to a Western setting, or if they will have a Western setting at all. But yeah, genre television is big business these days, so here's hoping Steins Gate can pull it off.
And on top of that, Mages has also announced that Steins Gate Zero Elite will be coming to unannounced platforms. It is a full animated adventure version of Steins Gate Zero.
Yeah.
Further information is not yet announced.
Well, the original Steins Gate games, like Steins Gate Adjectiveless, or like Steins Gate Plain, Basic, whatever you want to call it, was a visual novel. And I think a year or two ago it got an upgraded re-release with visuals coming from the anime, and Steins Gate Zero Elite follows in that vein. So it's like the game you remember, but with the added benefit of animated cutscenes.
That's cool, I guess. I don't know. I was kind of like...
It's a lot more streamlined than a visual novel usually is, and I'm guessing there will also be like upgraded gameplay elements or more added story content.
You don't have to keep pressing A the whole time they're talking?
Probably.
I would love if they did Zero Escape, but gave it that.
Well, they'd have to have an anime first.
That would also be cool. Alright, so next story is from Eurogamer, a place we don't usually go to, but that's just where the earliest one I could find was.
Hey, news, man.
So Konami has 2 new Silent Hill games in development. Which, this is by Vicky Blake. That sounds like a very comic book name. So, Here's an update. Konami has commented on the below report to state it is looking at a continuation of the Silent Hill series. We cannot share anything at this point, a Konami spokesperson told Eurogamer today, but we are listening to customer feedback and considering ways to provide the next title.
Mm-hmm.
So these were originally just like rumors, but then
Konami admitted to being developed, or did admit that they were developing these games,
or like thinking about it at least. I don't know.
That's more or less confirmation.
According to Twitterer, wow, they actually put Twitterer, Aesthetic Gamer, who has accurately shared Capcom leaks in the past, publisher Konami reached out to developers a couple of years ago, inviting pitch ideas to bring the series to life once more. One game is thought to be a soft reboot of the franchise, whilst the other is rumored to be an episodic adventure similar to Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That would be... I mean, I'm not even a survival horror person, and I'm like, that could be a really good idea.
I do like survival horror. I haven't really played Silent Hill. I'm aware of the series. I have seen the movies, though. The first one is a whole lot better than the second one. The less said about the second one, the better. Jeez.
I've never seen I saw the first one.
Okay.
And like a while back, and I was like, you know what? For a video game movie, that wasn't that bad.
It really wasn't. just please do me a favor and ignore the second one. Whatever you.
Oh no, I heard it was awful.
Like
I'm not watching it.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Anyway, so
that's the one with wait, do they both have Sean Bean?
Yeah, they both have Sean Bean. The second one has Kit Harington in it.
Right.
With the worst American accent imaginable. But yeah, this is exciting. It's good to see Konami isn't totally abandoning the video game department.
The creator isn't with them anymore, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, but they did have one key member returning, or was that rumored as well?
I'm just mentioning it because I believe it's the creator of Silent Hill, or like somebody who had a lot to do with the production of it. They made Gravity Rush.
I think it's either someone on the art team or the sound team, like the art director or the music director that's returning, or he said like, yeah, I'm back working on something that I can't really discuss. So I think that's it. But yeah, this is exciting. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like Metal Gear Survive, and maybe this will be the time for Konami's comeback, much like Capcom's comeback a few years back.
Okay, and we're back. Audacity borked on my end. I don't know.
It's fine. Production woes. It happens.
We didn't want to. It would have been the second time we started over, and I didn't want to do that again.
Well,
back to what I was saying. I don't think Audacity liked me talking about Gravity Rush. But
Okay. Maybe we should move on.
The creator of Silent Hill also created Gravity Rush. That's all I was saying.
Okay, they're both weird franchises, so yeah, I can see that happening.
Anywho, next story. And this one comes from Jenny Latta over at Siliconera. The Pac-Man Tamagotchi will let Pac-Man help you care for characters. So I put this on because Tamagotchi and Digimon are both owned by Bandai and the whole virtual pet thing, and I just thought it was funny that it was Pac-Man. I was like, really? This seems like something they would have done in the 90s, not in 2020.
Well, Pac-Man has much more renown now, especially since our industry really makes a killing on nostalgia. So Pac-Man crossed over with Tamagotchi. I'm guessing Bandai Namco is thinking, dollar signs.
Yeah, I think. Is this gonna be a world? Yeah, this is gonna be a worldwide release.
I mean, it's probably gonna do well enough in Japan and Asia. Don't know, don't know about the West or Europe though.
I'm surprised about the Eevee Tamagotchi never made it here.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing Nintendo doesn't want to overflood the market with too many gimmicks because they had the Pokemon and Pikachu mini consoles.
Oh yeah,
and those didn't do all that well. So they're probably thinking, you know what, we already tried that. Let's stick to what works. Mobile phones and
yeah,
consoles.
And they had the Pokewalker.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting story because it kind of seemed out of nowhere. It's like Pac-Man, okay, interesting.
Weirder things have happened.
Next story is also from Silicon Era from Sato. Is Persona 5 Scramble was originally planned as Persona Warriors. So, this is from an interview from a Dengeki PlayStation. So Koei Tecmo director Kazutoshi Sekiguchi says like development on Scramble started the same month Persona 5 released. Basically, it's just about the interview is just kind of about like they were just gonna make it like a basic Musou with Persona 5 characters, but then they decided
to make a more well-rounded action game.
Make it into something that delves deeper into the characters of Persona 5. Ended up becoming
so like not the typical
an action RPG. So I'm wondering, it just made me wonder like if that's usually the case with all these Musou games, like with like Zelda and Dragon Quest, is that like at first they're just kind of like, okay, we'll make a Musou game, and they're like, no, let's do a little more than that.
Well, they've had a lot of success with the recent crossover entries, like the Fire Emblem, Zelda, and Quest ones, especially since they veer into other territories than just straight Musou games. And I'm guessing they want to replicate that, and Persona is so rich as an RPG, it'd be a shame not to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And isn't it also the same developer of the Fairy Tail game?
No, wasn't that Gust? That's not the
Gust.
First time
this is
said that either.
Yeah, this is Gust. So, well, it's the same publisher.
I think you just want a Fairy Tail Musou.
So, well, we already have One Piece Musou, so it'll be too much of the same thing, I'd say. Well, that's a common complaint around the fairy tale manga and anime, where they say it resembles One Piece too much. But if I'm not mistaken, both of the mangaka were assistants around the same time for the same mangaka. I might be mistaken, but
because One Piece is in Shonen Jump, and then Fairy Tail was in something else, I believe.
No, that well, it's from Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine, but I mean, before they started their careers as
yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Author of Fairy Tail and author of One Piece, they were assistants to another mangaka. And
Akira Toriyama? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out. I'll let you know.
Well, speaking of mangakas, this is a terrible segue. A new Inuyasha mobile game will arrive in Japan in the first half of 2020. This is by Jenny Latta again over at Silicon Era. new Inuyasha mobile game from Hammer Entertain. What's wrong with Hammer Entertainment?
You okay, buddy?
Will appear in Japan. Inuyasha Yomigeru Monogatari, a free-to-play action RPG from Hammer Entertainment, will head to both Android and Apple iOS devices, and it will be free-to-play. Pre-registration is open. We don't know if it's going to be localized yet. The reason that we don't know much about it except for pre-registration, there will be Inuyasha, Kagome, Kikyo, Miroku, Sango, Shippo, and Sashomaru will be in it. It'll have co-op and competitive multiplayer. You can participate and raid bosses together, or have teams of 3 characters fight against others' groups. Special attacks and all that. So, and the reason I put this in here is because I actually had an Inuyasha RPG for PS2 that I never finished because I was a dumb kid. But Secret of the Cursed Mask, and one of my friends, she was like one of my current friends, she was talking about that game during one of her streams. She apparently was super into that game. And for
wow, well, a lot of people were into the anime, so I'm guessing it stands to reason they were also playing the PS2 game at the same time as you did.
Yeah, and Inuyasha was my first. Well, Inuyasha was at its like peak when I first got cable. So, and it was like the first anime I watched that wasn't like a Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon type stuff.
Yeah.
Or I guess the first anime for slightly older kids that I watched, because it was on Adult Swim.
Yeah, but I don't think the thematic content is that
mature. It's not
more mature than.
But whereas Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Digimon are for
aimed at kids.
And this is more aimed at Inuyasha is more like teenagers.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, I just thought it was interesting that we're getting a new Inuyasha game.
Well, mobile games based on anime or manga are pretty big. You have Bleach, Naruto has one, One Piece has one, Fist of the North Star has one.
It doesn't look too bad from this trailer on here. Looks pretty good, actually.
Oh, it might be worth a.
I mean, we don't know if it's gonna localize.
It probably will. I'm pretty sure it will.
All right, so.
Oh, and remember when I was talking about the mangaka from Fairy Tail and One Piece? I was mistaken. I think I got Hiro Mashima mixed up with Hiroyuki Takei. He is the author and creator of Shaman King. So he and Eiichiro Oda of One Piece fame, they were assistants to Nobuhiro Watsuki, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai X.
Oh man, Shaman King, that takes me back.
Yeah. So Shaman King and One Piece are closely related, if you'd like to think of it like that.
Inuyasha comes out in Japan sometime in the first half of 2020, and then we'll see if we get it anywhere else. Next, we have a triple threat news story because they all have to do with the same game. So this first one is from Gamatsu by Sal Romano. Phantasy Star Online 2 North American Xbox One closed beta set for February 7th to 9th. And this is the only time I've ever wished I had an Xbox.
You don't have an Xbox?
I don't have an Xbox One. Why would I have an Xbox One? I didn't know there would be an exclusive beta. I thought this beta would also be on PC.
Well, there's still a chance it will come to PC, because Microsoft is all about being as accessible as possible. So I mean, keep an eye out for a PC release.
Yeah, I hope so. So And also, I just took a story out because it's actually repetitive because the information is in this story. The closed beta test will feature fully localized text and character voices in English.
Wow, that's some dedication.
Players who participate in the closed beta will retain their progress in the full game when it launches in North America this spring. Can choose from 4 unique races and 9 classes, join up with 11 other players to fight alongside. A special in-game concert will be held at February 8th at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Is it Hatsune Miku? I played Phantasy Star Universe back in the day on my Xbox 360, and it was like you could play the demo with like 3 other players for free, and it only went like up to the first boss, but it was still pretty fun. But after that, I just like, you never hear about Phantasy Star over here outside of Japan.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But I'm glad we're getting Phantasy Star Online too. Apparently it's only announced for North America, but there are no plans to region lock it, according to this story on Twinfinite by Giuseppe Nelva.
Well, I mean, neither the PS4 and Xbox One are region locked. Some games are, but those are very few and far between. So yeah, it's a good thing that even if you're not in the US, you still get to play this.
Phil Spencer himself went on record mentioning the game will likely make it to other platforms, but we have no solid info about that. Alright.
I mean, Switch release when?
I don't think I'd probably play it on PC, but...
Yeah, sure. I would want
in Japan, it is on PS4, Switch, Vita, and PC.
Yeah, so there's still a chance it might come to Switch here, or in the West.
You can look forward to that next month if you have an Xbox One. Lucky. And I hope more people start playing Phantasy Star Online too. Anyways, next story from Sal Romano over at Gamatsu once again, and I am so excited now. Monster Hunter Riders announced for iOS and Android. Capcom has announced Monster Hunter Riders, a new Monster Hunter RPG coming to iOS and Android this winter in Japan as a free-to-play title with item-based microtransaction. Pre-registration is available now via the App Store and Google Play, but it's only for Japan at the moment.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know what to say.
Well,
about
my
this.
thing.
It's.
Sorry, I wasn't done.
Yeah.
It seems to take place in the same or a similar world to that of Monster Hunter Stories, the best 3DS game ever made that still hasn't received a Switch port. And so you're basically teaming up with monsters, and you're like a monster tamer, and you're teaming up with monsters and with other people with monsters. And there's already a trailer. It looks great. I just hope it gets a localization. This will be the first mobile game I'm really into in a while.
As is the case with many announcements for mobile games, I'm just kind of bummed it's not for Switch. I mean, I get it. Mobile phones need some love too, but I don't know. It's
Monster Hunter Stories is also available on mobile.
Yeah, but I don't think the complete version is available for free.
No, but there's a demo on 3DS. There's a demo on mobile, and I'm still waiting for that Switch port, baby. Still waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be cool if they I don't think they do that because I don't know how much content this is supposed to have. But if they did some kind of double pack with stories and writers.
Well, I'm guessing it's supposed to be like a forever game. Like you log in every day for bonuses, that kind of stuff, and it gets updated with seasonal quests and new monsters. So I'm guessing they're in it for the long haul, not a one and done story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This
yeah,
is like
I don't know if that'll fit on Switch. Maybe if it was a free to play title.
it is free to play.
No, I meant if it comes to Switch
Oh,
as a free to play
yeah.
title.
Well, I guess we'll see. As of right now, it's only in Japan anyway. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm as you can tell, super big Monster Hunter Stories fan. I did a lot of writing about it leading up to the Western release. I wrote an article about how it deserves a Switch port and how people should vote it for best. What was it? I think it was for best. I can't remember if it was best RPG or best handheld at the Game Awards in 2017.
Probably.
I was trying to convince people to vote for it, and so it could get more attention. I was doing a lot, okay, and at least we're getting something in a similar vein to it, so that makes me happy. Even though I'm still waiting on that Switch port. Like I could talk about Monster Hunter Stories forever, but we got to get to the next one, the next story. We also got to get to the next Monster Hunter Stories game. Anyway. Next story is from Brian Cooper over at Siliconera. That's a name I've never seen before. Japanese Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX pre-order bonuses include handkerchiefs and keychains. So, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon remake that's on Switch, it's gonna have a special. Oh, it's gonna have a special Pikachu trading card. If you're spending more than 900 yen on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Smartphone wallpapers can be obtained from several online retailers in 5 sizes. At Amazon, you get masking tape with Pokemon on it. It's nice looking masking tape. You could like decorate your walls with it, I guess.
Whatever floats your boat.
At Aeon, you can get a handkerchief, a red handkerchief with a bunch of Pokemon on it. From Ito Yokado, you can get a postcard set, some nice artwork there. From Joshin, you get an original notebook. From 7net, a keychain. From Rakuten Books, you get a pass case holder. And a bunch of different stores have different wallpapers. They're all in the article. I just thought that was interesting because I'm wondering if we'll have any pre-order bonuses.
Well, it's a Pokemon game. It might be a spin-off, but maybe.
It's a remake of a very popular title, apparently.
Sure, but it's in terms of commercial renown, it's one of the smaller titles. So I don't know if they're gonna go all out.
I could see us getting like the postcards as a bonus, or the keychain.
Yeah, sure.
Otherwise, I don't think. I just thought it was funny that it actually comes with like a little handkerchief, like all the Pokemon wear. That's funny. Next in Pokemon news, this once again comes from Sal Romano over at Komatsu. Pokemon Home launches in February. No date yet, right? I believe there's still no date. But we got a complete overview of Pokemon Home finally. So Pokemon Home is a cloud service for Nintendo Switch and compatible mobile devices designed as a place where all Pokemon can gather. By linking the same Nintendo account to both the Nintendo Switch version and mobile version of Pokemon Home, you'll be able to access the same Pokemon boxes on both versions. You can move them Pokemon between compatible games, trade Pokemon on the go, and more. So you can transfer them from Pokemon Bank, Let's Go, and Go to Sword and Shield. except for Pokemon Go, it will not have the feature to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go at launch. And you can I believe it's free for the first month is what I was.
Well, you also have a cap for the free version. Like the amount of Pokemon you can store in the home.
Yeah, it's 30.
Program.
But then again, it also depends on if they're even in the game anyways with the DLC coming. And then it also has the GTS is now on it. And I don't want to go through all of this, but it's been a hot topic this week because some people are mad and other people are like, okay, whatever. Like, I'd rather have them have it than not have it at all.
I'm guessing they're mad because it's so convoluted and because they have to pay for it. But it is a subscription service. It's a thing that people worked on, so of course it's going to cost money.
Yeah, people just don't understand how much development takes money. But then the counter argument I always see is like, it's Game Freak. They should be rolling in money. They own like the biggest franchise in the world, or at least.
Sure, but I mean it's basic business 101. You don't spend more than you can make.
Oh, okay. So here are the prices for the premium plan. So for 1 month is $3. For 3 months is $5, and for a whole year it's $16. Oh, nobody's gonna. Once you transfer everything, like $3, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, exactly. And $16 for the whole year, that's more than enough. I mean, you're not gonna. I hate to speak ill of other programs, but the Switch online service isn't that great as is. So you might as well give that up and go all in on this if you're only.
I did read. Yeah, you don't need Nintendo Switch Online to have this.
Yeah, so not a big loss, I guess.
Okay, I think people don't know about the details because I had no idea about the $3 for a month thing. That
you didn't see the subscription tiers?
I thought it was like there was the free version and there was the premium $16 version. I didn't know there was like a 1 month, 2 month, 1 month, 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it right here. But yeah, okay, so people are kind of ridiculous. Anyways, the smartphone version will have some other features like mystery gift and some other stuff. Again, I don't want to go through everything. Check out Gamatsu; they have all the details on here. I'm just happy there will be a way for me to transfer Pokemon soon. Because Pokemon Sun is just kind of sitting there on my shelf.
Well, I mean, some of them you can still capture in Sword and Shield, right?
Yeah, but I mean like I don't need I want to put them in home so I don't have to have Sun anymore. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's yeah.
Anywho, yeah, so that launches in February. It doesn't have a date yet. I wonder if they're gonna if there's a February Nintendo Direct where they're gonna talk about it, or there's gonna be a. I don't think there would be another Pokemon Direct. I think this would be a thing where they would put it into a Nintendo Direct.
Possible, but it's kind of like a specialized service. And when people think of Directs, they want more announcements, and Nintendo hasn't really announced their 2020 plans as of yet, except for what was already previously announced. So I'm guessing if they do another direct soon, it'd be for new game releases.
Okay. Yeah, who knows?
And the DLC is still coming
Yeah.
up, so maybe it'll be another direct focus solely on Pokemon, and then they'll dive into all the details for home as
Yeah, that's
well.
possible. Anyways, I'm just excited, like I said, to transfer my Pokemon finally.
Yeah.
Next story, not about Pokemon, but it is kind of related to the Silent Hill story in a way. So this comes from US Gamer by Eric Van Allen. Resident Evil 8 is reportedly happening and sticking with first person.
That's really good news. I mean, remake of 2 and 3 are looking great, or do look great, and probably play amazing. But I'm interested to see Capcom go into new directions, and the first person route was one of their best efforts. So yeah, more of that, please.
I heard it's terrifying in VR.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing too. And I mean, if you don't have a VR set, which we get, it's kind of expensive. It's still a worthwhile game. Resident Evil 7, that is.
Like,
well, let's say 2/3 of the game is worth it, and the last third is kind of whatever. But yeah, it's a fun
I
scary
can't
game.
play scary games without other people like in the room.
I mean,
No,
not
it's
that
like
scary.
it's more of a thing where it's like I'm more comfortable that way, and I'm just not a survival horror person for the most part. Or I watch somebody, one of my streaming friends, stream it, and then there's a group of people there.
Well, I guess whatever you're comfortable with.
But it's gonna have werewolves apparently.
Or werewolf-like monsters. We don't really know because it hasn't been confirmed. It's just a rumor for now, so yeah, we'll see.
I'm happy for the fans of that because people loved 7.
Yeah.
And then people are loving the remakes, and that's great.
Yeah. So I guess now we have two separate groups, or like two related groups in the Resident Evil verse. So those who like the remakes and those who like the first person shooters.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see. And then we have Resident Evil Resistance with Martin Sandwich. But that's not canon, apparently.
Yeah.
Alright. So I just think it's interesting that we get Silent Hill's news and Resident Evil 8 news in the same week. It's like Capcom like saw like the Silent Hill news. Oh, throw some rumors out there quick. Because as soon as people stopped talking about Remake 3, once they saw that Silent Hill news, they were like, "Oh crap! People need to keep talking about Resident Evil." Not that happened, but I could see something like that. Like, oh, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, a lot of survival horror coming in the future. But you know what I want?
What do you want?
House of the Dead. Ports or VR or something. We can do this now. We can. House of the Dead 2 and 3 Returns was on the Wii and it was great, and it needs to be ported to something else so it's not stuck on Wii. House of the Dead 4, I believe, is on PlayStation Move. House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn is only in arcades right now, but it needs to be ported to consoles.
Well, needs.
Yes, needs.
Kind of a strong word.
House of the Dead is great, and I will not hear any slander. Alright, enough about that. Before I get too worked up. Next story, once again from Sal Romano over at Gamatsu. It's Saint Seiya Shining Soldier is announced for iOS and Android. Battle strategy RPG due out this spring. Man, we got a lot of mobile games this week. And this is a worldwide release because
mobile is a lot more forgiving for franchises based on comic books, movies, anime, manga, and there already is a
wasn't it not very good or something? I remember hearing about it releasing and coming out, and people were like,
Let me check. Well, it has a 4-star rating on Google Play.
Oh, so a mobile game. No, I thought
but...
you meant the console game that came out.
Oh, the console game.
Was that a fighting game? I didn't know.
Yeah, it was a fighting
Just
game.
A generic anime 3D fighter like usual?
I don't know about generic, but it looked cool in the trailers. I was interested to try it. I didn't, but I was interested.
I mean, I put the story in because Saint Seiya is very much like Captain Tsubasa in the way that it's very popular in like Central America.
Yeah, where the people in the U.S. were all in on Dragon Ball, the people in South and Central America kind of veered off into the Knights of the Zodiac, Saint Seiya.
Although Dragon Ball is still insanely popular over there too.
Yeah, but I'd give Saint Seiya.
Yeah, I'd say Saint Seiya is definitely. Pre-registration is available now via the App Store and Google Play. I need to watch more Saint Seiya. There's like some on Netflix. They put like a new dub on Netflix of the old one.
Oh, the old one. I thought you were gonna say the 3D one. The
3D one? Oh no, not that one. I thought you meant when you said the 3D one. I thought you meant the 2014 movie that actually looks pretty good. That hasn't been released anywhere else yet.
The recent show is one to avoid.
All right.
Let's just.
I watched a little bit of Lost Canvas, and I know that's a bit different because it's like a spin-off kind of thing. But I found it entertaining. I mean, I haven't finished it, but when I saw of it, I was like, this is pretty cool. And like I said, that 2014 movie looked awesome as well. Back to this game. Shining Soldiers uses a one-on-one command-based battle system. Dive into deep strategic combat with various characters, affinities, and skills. Oh, this is not like a detailed thing. It's just like, oh, look at this. Saint Seiya with voice battle lines and famous BGM tracks like Pegasus Fantasy. Stunning 3D models. It's just kind of like there are trailers if you want to see it. Again, you can pre-register.
Yeah.
I need to watch more Saint Seiya. It's on my list. This doesn't look quite as good as the as Inuyasha or Monster Hunter Riders, but if you're a Saint Seiya fan, you might as well check it out.
I mean, like, mobile games are different across franchises. Some are RPGs, some are brawlers. I mean, it's different. I give it a shot.
All right. So moving on to the next story. This is from Sato at Siliconera. Code Vein Hellfire Night DLC trailer shows what's coming January 29th. Oh, I guess it already came out. But
yeah, it did. All DLC is coming out in January, I thought.
And it seems like you can't
January.
You have to have the season pass. It doesn't seem like you can purchase the DLCs separately.
Well, let's check, won't we? Checking now. Code Vein. Did you try this game?
I did what? Yes, I had the well, I have the trial edition still on my PS4. I haven't finished it, but I feel like once it gets the complete edition, then I'll pick it up. because I enjoyed what I played of it. It's very much anime Dark Souls. It reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul, which is definitely one of my favorite anime series. Except for Route A, we don't talk about that. And it's by the God Eater team, and God Eater's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of wasn't enthused by it. It felt too easy.
No, but that's why I like it, because I think it could be a very good introduction to like Souls-like games without being too overly frustrating.
I'm not sure, but Souls games, if you take the time and dedication to understand the mechanics, they're not that difficult.
That's true. I did finish Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, so...
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I'm just kind of tired of that type of game. Like, I tried Sekiro, and I just couldn't really get into it. I tried, what was the other one? Oh, Surge 2, which I thought I was getting into, and then I just, like, didn't really. Code Vein is like, oh, if I got the full game, I'd probably be into it.
Well, they're all different, I'd say. I mean, Sekiro is different in that you, as the player, grow in your skills.
We talked about this before.
Your real life. Yeah. So, I wouldn't be so hard on it.
Anyways, Hellfire Knight players team up with fellow Revenants again to embark on a new side story. It introduces new weapons, blood veils, and blood codes for players to check out. Also features new alternate costumes for partner characters and new areas in the depths. Those who purchase the Code Vein Deluxe Edition will get the DLC as it comes included with the game and season pass along with other content. Also got a new patch with adds support for the Hellfire Knight add-on plus some unspecified bug fixes. The big change from the update comes from missiles, not spelled with a T, not with a... which now allows you to teleport from one depth map to another. Keep in mind, you still need to find the missile before using it. Missile like mistle. Like mistletoe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm guessing not missile.
Oh, maybe it is
as
called
in
mistle.
rocket.
But I think it's still missile.
Yeah.
Because mistletoe, I don't know. The Hellfire Knight DLC arrives on January 20th, so it's already out. DLC number 1 through 3 are coming early 2020, so the other 2 are coming pretty soon, probably.
Okay.
Next story is a very short one. Silicon Era by Sato. Snack World's Western version replaces NFC toys with in-game daily fortune. The Western version of Snack World will not support the NFC Jara toys and will instead feature an in-game daily fortune feature. Which...
I'm guessing this is a good thing because the toys to life subgenre of games are pretty non-existent in the West. So I'm guessing this is their way of trying to cut down on costs.
Yeah, it's similar to kind of to like how I think Yokai Watch did something similar, where they added in a feature in the Western version. I just thought it was interesting to get some more news on Snack World before it comes out. It's good that you don't have to go out and buy the toys. The only thing that's unfortunate is the daily fortune thing is only daily, not like you can just like.
Well, they want you to keep playing the game. They don't want you to beat it immediately.
Like, I liked how was it one of the Yokai Watch games? I believe in one of the Yokai Watch games you could use the what's it called? The like pedometer that the 3DS has to get coins so you can unlock more yokai from the gacha machine they had. So like I would have liked a feature like that instead. But I guess the Switch doesn't have one of those, so I guess it doesn't work. Now that I think about it. but I don't know. I'm just because the toys would just be would be on clearance at GameStop within a week.
Yeah, especially when people like to trade in their games.
Yeah.
So, with daily logins and bonuses, I kind of see this having a longer shelf life.
Yeah. So look out for that. Snack World comes out on February 14th. I'll be getting it, so I'll be definitely talking about that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, looking.
So our next story is actually from Kotaku by Brian Ashcraft, and this has been kind of making the rounds lately. So man visits Japan because of the Yakuza games, gets on Japanese TV.
Okay, I guess that's a thing that happened.
Suzukube of French language game site otakugame.fr traveled all the way from Martinique with something very specific in mind. He wanted to experience the world of the Yakuza games firsthand. So Suzukube was interviewed after arriving in Japan for a TV show called Yuwa Nanishi ni Nippon. Why did you come to Japan? I shouldn't have tried to pronounce that.
Yeah, just about to say.
The program approaches tourists at the airport, posing the question to them. Sometimes the responses are quite surprising. He come to Japan because of the Yakuza games. He added there was no place like Tokyo's Kabukicho Entertainment District on Martinique, and that he wanted to experience the place firsthand. So, I have been to Tokyo. I have not been to Kabukicho, never even heard of it. I'm guessing it's what Kamurocho is based on.
Yeah.
So it was just a thing that was making the rounds, and I thought it was funny. Like, one of my friends that I was on that trip with, he said the reason he originally wanted to like go to Japan and learn Japanese and stuff is because of Final Fantasy X. Because he wanted to see like the place where the game was made, and like he just wanted to learn more about it, and it just really inspired him to go there, which is a bit different than Yakuza inspiring you to go there.
I mean, whatever like sparks that sense of discovery. It's admirable.
I definitely want to go back. I definitely recommend whoever is listening to this, when you get the chance to go to Japan, do it if you get the chance.
Or if you have
the means to, because it is expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, next story is by Sato over at Siliconera again. It is Nintendo Switch top 10 best-selling games list adds Pokemon Sword and Shield and Luigi's Mansion 3. So,
it's just
Nintendo
time.
shared an update for the list of top 10 best-selling Switch games in its third quarter earnings report. So, the top two are Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm surprised Mario Kart 8 DX is still selling. I'm like, people don't already have it by now, or I'm wondering the attachment rate for that.
Well, on the NBC podcast for IGN, they keep mentioning how Mario Kart is a system seller.
Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't matter which generation of a console you have, as long as there's a Mario Kart game, it'll sell systems, because it's just a good time to be having with your friends or family.
Oh yeah,
or by yourself.
When Mario Kart DS came out, I know several kids who got a DS just because people were playing it.
Yeah, so pair that with the more popular and successful console in the Switch, and you have what is an undoubtedly like a good candidate for the top 10 list.
So Sword and Shield is already out. Wait, hold on. Mario Kart, Smash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so Luigi's Mansion 3 is right at 10, and then Let's Go is at right at 6, right under Sword and Shield.
Yeah, Pokemon is still Pokemon, even if it's an updated version of an
We even
old
have
classic.
top 10 Nintendo 3DS software, although I don't think it changed all that much from the last time they reported it. So Mario Kart 7, bestseller up there. Pokemon X and Y, the best-selling Pokemon games on 3DS. Then Sun and Moon, then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario 3D Land, Animal Crossing New Leaf. I would have expected New Leaf to be higher. And then Ultra Sun, Super Smash Bros., Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Tamagotchi Life. Okay. So next story, which does actually have to do with Animal Crossing, not New Leaf though. This was breaking right before we started recording. This is from Jenny Lotto over at Silicon Era. Animal Crossing Switch is coming for New Horizons. Did you get a chance to see what this new Switch looks like?
Yeah.
I like the dock. I'm not a fan of the controller colors.
Why not? I mean, it's pretty much in line with the Animal Crossing aesthetic.
I feel like you could have, and they also don't match. They're not the same color. I feel like you could have made them the same color.
So, do you also have gray Joy-Cons or something?
I have red Joy-Cons actually. I had the red. I got the red and blue one because the gray one was sold out when I got it, and then my blue Joy-Con stopped working, so I got another red one.
Oh, so you're not a fan of the offset colors?
Oh, I did like the orange and purple one looked kind of cool, but I'd rather have just orange or just purple.
Okay, I mean it's a respectable choice, but I don't mind the Animal Crossing version. It looks cute. I'd buy it if I didn't already have a Switch. And a lot of my Twitter feed is saying they'll just buy it regardless of already owning a Switch, because it's Animal Crossing and the colors and the aesthetic. I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah, I'd like as soon as this news broke, I saw on Twitter everybody's like, "Oh my god!" There's also a new case that has leaves on it. Yeah. The case looks nice,
but that would be separately.
So the carrying case looks nice, so that's cool.
Yeah.
The dock has is it Tom Nook and his two kids?
I'm guessing. Do you see the Tanuki?
It's Tom Nook. I just forgot what their name. Timmy and Tommy, maybe? I don't know. I forgot their names. I know one is Timmy. Okay, so that's all the news we have for this week. It kind of went all over the place because of recording problems, but we're going to go to the main topic now.
Yeah, we're already running on 1 hour 13 minutes, so I'm guessing we're just gonna have to list the top 10 and discuss that quickly.
Oh, so Famitsu had a most wanted
list of games for the year.
January 16th to January 20th. Oh, was that how long the survey was up?
Yeah, because it's weekly Famitsu.
Okay. So from
it's the results of that week.
And so this is only in Japan, also, but it's still interesting. Japan. So we're gonna go from 10 to 1.
Yeah,
we would do the other ones, but we're about to run out of time. We'll talk about the rest later.
Okay.
So at number 10 we got Cyberpunk 2077, which in Japan apparently is being published by Spike Chunsoft. For,
I mean, the cyberpunk aesthetic is pretty cool, but kind of weird to see it not being a bit more popular in Japan.
I'm surprised it's that popular.
Huh. Well, I mean, Ghost in the Shell, Ergo Proxy,
stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
At number 9, we got Shin Megami Tensei 5, which Atlas, where is it?
I mean, it's a literal mystery of what that game will be, and it's still number 9, which just goes to show how much of a powerhouse the Shin Megami Tensei franchise is in Japan.
Number 8, Bayonetta 3, which, again, Nintendo, where is it?
It's still in development. Quietly showing.
Number 7, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel.
It's been too long without any real news. I mean, we haven't seen gameplay. We haven't had any discussion about the story or the setting. So, more please.
Number 6, we have Persona 5 Scramble, which we already talked about earlier. Persona 5 is super popular. It's not really that surprising.
But this is the PS4 release. The Switch release is down below on number 18.
Oh, okay. At number 5, we got Neo 2.
Which we've already discussed a few weeks back.
Number 4, we got Resident Evil 3.
Remake. It's the remake version. And yeah, people love it. People are bound to love it. It's set for release in the coming months. So yeah.
At number 3, we got Tales of Arise, which we haven't seen a lot of it in a while, have we?
Yeah, but there's a festival coming up soon.
We covered it last week.
So I'm guessing there'll be news somewhere next month or March. Super excited for this one. I'm totally in love with the art style and the new gameplay direction, so I'm really looking forward to this one. It's probably my most anticipated game for the year.
Huh. Alright. Number 2, we got Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I'm very excited for.
Because, of course, as Twitter has proven today, Animal Crossing cannot be stopped.
Yeah. And at number 1, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Which should not be a surprise because it's only the most anticipated game since the PS3 tech demo. So yeah, I'm guessing Square is happy to have this out sooner rather than later to shut people up. Finally,
I didn't know 7 was that. What is it? Just more like because it's like a full-on remake? Because I don't know. Is 7 like a super big one in Japan too?
All Final Fantasy is pretty big in Japan, but 7 is just big worldwide.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's where most people have formed their gaming memories. It's where gaming kind of broke into the mainstream, more or less. And yeah, people have a special fondness for that title. So yeah, Remake is the most anticipated game coming from Japan or in Japan.
All right, so that is. We had to cut our topic short because of our recording problems, so sorry about that. But I mean, nobody watched the YouTube version of our last episode, so
they'll come.
We moved to Podbean.
Slowly.
I forgot to mention at the beginning that we're on Podbean now. Still waiting for that Spotify confirmation. I really need to get better at this. I'm still learning.
All in due time, buddy.
So, yeah, check out the Trails of Cold Steel 3 demo if you want. Pre-register for those mobile games. Oh, don't forget that you can also still pre-register for the Dragon Quest of the Stars worldwide. I needed to say something about Dragon Quest because we didn't have any Dragon Quest news.
Yeah, you just we quoted the hit.
Oh, also, just a side note, the Dragon Quest V movie, or the one based on Dragon Quest V, it has an English dub. Or once it's on Netflix, the English trailer is out.
Okay, you'll watch that one. I'll just watch the sub one.
Or if you really want to be true to Dragon Quest form, you'll just put some Dragon Quest music on in the background and put the movie on mute.
Oh, please no.
Okay, so that is it. Hopefully next episode we don't have any recording problems. I'll make sure I'll fix everything. Alright, so bye.
Bye.